Give me a moment. And I can't see the crowd with the huge signs. Now, یه جو کلمه توی فارسی هم بگم من. خیلی خوب کاری کردی که امروز آمدیم. فارسی من عالی نیست و این سعی میکنم. واجبه که ما به اون جوانای توی ایران، به جمعیت ایران، واسه دنیا ما اینجا بگیم که ما اینجا هستیم واسه آزادی ایران و هر کاری لازمه که بکنیم ما میکنیم. Let's just take a breath here from our sloganeering and just take a second and think about what's happened over the last week. Because this time last week when we met at Mel Lashman Square, we were still talking about an election. And we were still talking about whether it was fraudulent or not. And let's be honest, we don't even know. We don't know the exact, nobody knows the exact count anywhere. Most of us suspect that something doesn't look right. But we don't exactly know. But things have changed over the last week. This is no longer, if it ever was, about an election. Brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, this is now about human rights. In the crowd, you know this better than anybody. This goes way beyond any one candidate. This is not about taking one side in an election. We've been dealing with this for a long time. This is about a movement for democracy. A movement that Iranians in Iran are now leading. Now, I said something last week that I somewhat want to retract, or I want to amend, because I spoke at Mel Lashman Square, and I said I was there for peace, and I said I was there as a proud Canadian and a proud Iranian, and I said I wasn't taking sides. I said I thought what was happening in Iran, the bubble bursting, the floodgates opening of young people, 70% under the age of 30, a yearning for democracy, smart young people in Iran were leading the way, and I thought it was a tipping point. Well, thank you, but you know what? I don't think I was right. It's more than a tipping point. They are changing the world. They are changing the world. And it's incumbent upon us not to intervene with our governments necessarily, our military, our sectarian ideas. It is important for us to represent and respect the will of the Iranian people in Iran and in the diaspora. They are standing up for a world that will not be under the thumb of dictators and of theocracy, that will not practice the undoing of democracy in the name of religion anywhere in the world. I'm Iranian, my parents are Iranian, many of you here are Iranians. I am calling for everybody around the world, and they've started to do it, as you know, on Twitter. People are starting to self-identify as Tehran, even if they're living in Kansas or Manchester or right here in Toronto. I'm calling for everybody around the world who believes in democracy, freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, to say, I am Iranian. Just give me a moment, because I know a lot of you were watching. I mean, it's not easy right now.